Battlefield 6 beta.
Oh yeah.
EA DICE is like, I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah, we are so back, baby. We are so fucking back.
So unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to play it as much as you did. I was visiting family in Chinchilla, but you...
Cringe.
Yeah, whatever. But from what I've heard from your perspective, you played an awful lot more than me. But between the two of us, you're the Battlefield fan.
Yeah.
So I would say that I just wanted to pick your brain about Battlefield, your impressions and experience with Battlefield 6 beta. So I put together a couple of questions just to ask you, and also I'm just going to say for anyone watching this video right now, you are going to see footage recorded from myself in the very brief window that I had, and I'm going to say it right now. I'm gonna die a lot in the footage that you're going to see in the background. So it's purely just for footage in the background. Please don't judge me. I know I'm horrible.
You're the new IGN player. The IGN player that just plays really shit on a game.
Yeah, I think this beta's a 7. Anyway, so I guess just to start off, how many hours do you reckon you've sunk into the beta over the weekend?
It's probably around 7 or 8 hours.
7 or 8 hours. Oh, okay. So it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but okay. So
I played a lot of it on Sunday, which was my free day, and sunk a lot of hours into it.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I guess just right out the gate. So positive, negative. How are you feeling about it?
Dude, we are back. We are so back. I'm very, very happy with this beta and how well it turned out. Especially for like an EA game. I was very skeptical going into it because we weren't mentioned the last time they released a Battlefield game. I jumped into it and immediately it felt like Battlefield. It really felt like Return to Roots Battlefield and what Battlefield was meant to be in its previous iteration. It was just all out warfare, tanks going everywhere, explosions going everywhere, buildings falling on me, people coming out of a corner and just like bodies everywhere. It was an amazing experience. It was very immersive. It was very fast paced. The gameplay was very smooth. The gunplay feels great. The movement feels great. So happy with how it turned out to be honest.
A big thing that I'm seeing a lot of people online talking about is how the destruction is just dialed up to 11.
It really is.
Microsoft is over here being like, everything's an Xbox, and then EA is over here being like, everything could be blown up. And it's just beautiful. I'm wondering, like, does this feel like, everyone's saying, like, oh yeah, Battlefield is so back, but does this to you feel like classic Battlefield?
Yeah. There was a moment that I think it's the most funniest moment in the whole entire experience I had in the beta. So we just loaded into a map of Conquest, and I'm in a car. I'm on the machine gun, and I see an enemy helicopter. I see it take off, and then immediately just crash into the ground, just a complete nosedive. It was a complete nosedive, and the chat box just went off with the enemy team going, "Fucking shit pilot, never fly again." And I'm like, we are so back, baby. Battlefield's so back. That was one moment, and yes, it does feel like I said, Return to Roots, because so immersive, and it reminds me a lot of Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 in a good way, because those were like probably my last two favorite Battlefields that I played.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the general consensus that I've seen online. Like, obviously there's Battlefield 1, and that's like a masterpiece, but there's more that was World War 1. Yeah. So going back to like the modern FPS or that modern era or setting for a game, I think is what people were kind of really yearning for. And I was going to say it gave me a lot of Battlefield 3 vibes. So I was really, really happy about that, because I admittedly haven't played as many of the Battlefield games as you have, but I did play a fuck ton of Battlefield 3, and I was just like, okay, this is sick. I'm horrible at this, but I feel like if I spend enough time with it, I'll hopefully get a little bit better. But
and the scale is amazing. The scale is just incredible.
Yeah, dude.
It's been a while since I played a first-person shooter where I just felt like I was in a war zone.
Yeah, I was going to say, it felt like I was really in it. It didn't feel like I was on a multiplayer map.
No,
which
it didn't.
I loved.
No, it was like a 3-lane map, which is, shout out to Call of Duty 3. It was a massive open map, and Conquest is my favorite, a massive open map, and like everything mattered. Like every point you had to capture mattered, and it just felt open and intense, and like any second a tank would just come around the hill and you're like, shit, and then you get it completely blown up by it. So much fun.
Let's talk about game modes then. What game modes did you try out?
To be honest, I just stuck with Conquest.
Okay.
To me, Conquest is just like my favorite game mode of Battlefield.
Like the epitome of the Battlefield experience.
Yeah. You got 1,000 tickets. You got point A to F. Capture as many points as you can. And obviously try to eliminate the enemy's tickets. Like to me, that's my Battlefield. That's my jam.
Yeah. I tried a bit of Conquest and I ended up actually sticking with Domination a fair bit because I felt like that was probably the best spot for me to try and get refamiliarize myself with the game, because I mean ultimately like I'm someone who plays Call of Duty a lot more and I haven't even played that in a little while, and Battlefield has always felt different. And I just felt like that was going to be the quickest way for me to get used to the combat, like the feel of it. And I'm not going to lie, like, by the time I made it through to my like second or third game, I definitely felt a lot better at it, but it was just good to have that fast pace feeling. And I wanted to try and attempt the Conquest mode again, but I just ran out of time, and so I'm gonna have to wait until the second weekend. But I'm really, really excited.
And I'm actually really impressed with the performance as well with Battlefield. I was actually really
did you play
surprised.
on PC or console?
I played on PC, and I will say I don't have the best PC up to today's standards. I'm still rocking a 3060 as my graphics card. Right. Literally, I played it on my ultra-wide monitor at 1440p. I don't know what the graphical settings were at because the game just automatically selected them for me. Butterly smooth. It was over 60 FPS, no frame rate drops. It just was literally a drop-in experience, and that was a big tick in my books. Because especially now when I try to play new AAA games, I have to go into the settings and tweak them to make sure it runs as smooth as possible, because I don't want to play a game that's below 60 FPS because I just can't handle it anymore. But for this, it was literally drop in and smooth as butter, especially with how much has gone on the screen with the destructibility, players, the animations, the practical effects, the lighting, and the
just
shadows.
In general, just how gorgeous it looks.
It was, some of the maps were stunning. Like you just take a moment and look around and like, wow, this is actually quite breathtaking.
Yeah, well, I was playing on base PS5 and I was like, holy fuck, this is insane. So
and the sound design. The sound design was insane. Just the trying to capture a point and a grenade goes off near you or a tank shoots by near you, and just the base of just when it impacts near you, you're like, oh my god.
Probably getting to the end of my questions, I guess. I do just have two more questions. So feeding off of talking about performance. So did you really notice any performance issues at all? Or, because we're so large and respected in the gaming industry with our 2 or 3 listeners, do you have any suggestions or on what you would do differently with what you've played so far?
No, nothing. Like I didn't notice any performance issues. There were some graphical, like not graphical issue, game like some funny game bugs. Because you know how you would go down and like you would have the opportunity to like pick yourself back up, someone could pick you up. Somehow I got down and my body got launched halfway across the map. So like there was some of those like game breaking bugs, but like no performance issues I could see whatsoever. It pretty much ran smoothly. And which is incredible, obviously. So I'm excited for weekend 2.
Yeah, 100%, dude. We should try and see if we can link up.
We should.
I don't think I have any plans this weekend. Is it this weekend?
I think it's this weekend. Yeah, I was honestly this close to actually pre-ordering it. I was this like I was very close to be like, take my money. I want to play this on release.
I feel like this is a completely different conversation, and we'll probably keep it for another episode. But I don't really know what the point of pre-ordering something is anymore, unless you're getting something physical out of it. Because the whole point back in the day of pre-ordering something was to try and lock something in to make sure that you guarantee have a copy. But because everything's digital now,
you got to stop this conversation. They're hearing us right now.
Okay.
No, but I get what you mean. Sniper hits me in the head. Doink.
Yeah, he's starting to make too much sense. All right, so my last question for you then, David. So a few episodes you mentioned that this game could be bigger than Call of Duty, at least for our generation.
Yeah.
Do you still feel like after playing the beta that this could be the case or no?
I think it could be, especially with how the Steam numbers showed up too. I don't think I've ever seen Call of Duty peak on Steam at over 500,000 before. Even for a beta. I think this might shake up the first-person shooter series in a really good way, because we need this healthy competition, because Call of Duty has just been a ginormous giant for the last few years, and it's really nice to see EA and DICE take the time and seem like they learned from their mistakes with the previous iteration and really want to release a game with their best foot forward. And I hope that when this game does release, that it lives up and even grows the expectations of gamers, and actually maybe send a message to Activision to be, hey, maybe we should do something different instead of the old, here's a battle pass system. I think it's going to shake things up in a good way.
Yeah, well, I am very excited for Weekend 2, and I'm very excited to see what happens with Battlefield 6.
Yeah, I'm excited. One thing I will mention, did you see, XQC?
Yeah.
Did you see?
Oh, didn't he crash out or something?
No, everyone's just dunking him on his really awful take about what Battlefield 6 needs to keep living when it gets released.
Oh god, what did he say?
He said it needs a battle pass system. It needs to have skins, and it needs to have rank play, or if not, it won't survive against Call of Duty. And everyone was like, "That's a really awful take."
I feel like what's working for Battlefield 6, or what's working in its favor, is the fact that the way that it's presenting itself, it's almost as if it's trying to completely go in the opposite path. I mean, it's obviously way too early. It's a beta, so
it is.
Of course, there isn't going to be any cosmetic skins or sales in the beta, but I'm really hoping that it actually goes the opposite direction, because as someone who doesn't typically play Battlefield, if I heard that it didn't have, I don't mind if it has skins, but as long as it seems appropriate for the setting rather than just that crazy shit.
Why is Nicki Minaj in my game?
Why is Stoner Seth Rogen fucking teabagging me? Anyway, no, but you know what I mean. I'd be more inclined to buy it.
Yeah. And look, I'm excited for Weekend 2, and I hope when this game gets released, it breaks records.
Hey, would you look at that? You've made it through the entirety of this episode. Congratulations. This video is just one section of our weekly gaming podcast called Last Week in Gaming Today. If you're interested in checking out the full episode or more discussions like the one you've just watched, I'll leave a link to the podcast in the description and comment section below.